Well, hello everyone. Happy to have you there. Can you go ahead and let me know that you can hear me just fine on Facebook? Click, I hope you're already on Facebook. Just click on a comment section just below where I have it, that's where I'm going to be looking. Just let me know that you can hear me just fine because we have a lot going on right now on my desktop. Using a lot of power here to get this out. Wait until I share with you what's going on. Just let me know you can hear me just fine, and we'll go ahead and get this going. So, all right, go ahead. Okay. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. And Devere, you must know that because you're here already, and I'm happy to be here with you. There's a lot of great content that I want to share with you, and I expect that my video is struggling a little bit, and that's because I have so many things open on my desktop, things that require a lot of bandwidth. I have PowerPoint open, I have the XSplit open, I have Google Hangouts open, I have Facebook open, and so there's a bunch of things going on, and I'm actually checking on the Facebook right now, making sure that you guys can hear me okay. Hold on. Can you see me okay? Is there a lot of staggering going on? If you can let me know that too, that would be awesome. Looking for the comments there on Facebook. Let's see. Okay, let me see now. Okay. Turn the lights off to save power. Nabi, yes, thank you very much. That's a great idea. Thank you very much. Um, do you That was good. That was good. Okay, but can you hear me okay? Am I coming across okay, or is it major staggering going on? Can you just let me know that? That would be awesome. No, let's see, because I have quite a few things that I want to show you, and that means I have to have them open. So, anyways, today is all about using the XSplit Broadcaster. Now, to start off with, I actually, let's see, okay, no buffering. Oh, very good. We're very, very, very good. I'm happy to see that. Okay, so today I went on to Google Hangouts to actually go ahead and start, and they had moved it to YouTube Live. Well, I knew it was coming. I just didn't know it was happening. It was 2 days ago. I've been very busy with other things. And so I got there and I was looking around to see, oh my goodness, where is it? How do I get there? Because everything had changed. They moved the entire Google Hangouts portion of it to YouTube Live. And the part that I was looking for, which is inviting other people into the Hangout, was totally hidden. And so I'm like, this is so normal. That's what we expect nowadays. Apps are coming up, all kinds of plugins are coming up, all different video sharing sites, and they're all constantly changing and evolving. Like Blab just poof went off, went away when a lot of people were using it. So things like that happen all the time. So I was like, it's you just got to go with it. So that's one of the things that I do want to get across to you because in speaking with a lot of you, you've been saying, it's really hard technology, it's very confusing. Yeah, it could be a little bit challenging, but if you expect to just kind of learn things and not perfect it, you're going to be feeling a lot more comfortable, and that's the word. Don't look for perfection because right now there is no perfection. Everything's in motion, and if you're waiting to get perfect, you're going to be having a lot of time that you're losing in getting yourself out there, because timing is crucial right now. Everybody wants us, everybody wants content, everybody's looking for content, everybody wants to share content, but you need to connect. We need to connect with each other. And like I'm looking for a lot of content for my websites, and I know a lot of you are doing the same thing. So if we're not sharing, then we're actually kind of messing ourselves up here. So having said that, you have to be prepared to get out there. I mean, there's the good news is that if you're on web TV, you have access. You have global access. You have access to millions of people. Well, the bad news is if you are web TV, you have access to billions of people. Millions of people could be watching you, every day because that's how big it is. And if you're not looking professional, if you're not looking like you've taken time to actually prepare, then it's going to damage your credibility. So yes, jump in, but be cautious. Do take some measures to prepare. And that's part of why I'm very excited about doing this free training today. By the way, there's nothing to buy here today. This is just pure training. In the last few trainings I've been doing, a lot of people, they love the idea of getting on camera, but they're really challenged with the technology. And XSplit is what I use. And this is actually it was designed for gamers. So there's all these different windows and things you can go into. And I'm going to show you what I do, how I use it. I'm going to simplify it as best as I can and make it easy for you to do it yourself. You can right now get XSplit for free. As a matter of fact, it's even tied in with YouTube Live now. It's one of the tools that you use to actually be broadcasting live. So what is XSplit? Well, it's a third-party software that will broadcast your videos live. It's just software. And how you use it makes all the difference. And what I like about it, it has all these different windows that you can put different content in, if you will. They call them different scenes, and I'm going to share my desktop in just a second. I will share the XSplit, software that's on my desktop so you can see where I'm clicking, what I'm doing, and you'll be able to ask questions. So this is designed to be interactive. This is not designed to, this is not a formal training. I am just sharing content. So please post any questions as they come up in right there on Facebook, and I'm going to be checking. So the first thing I want to do is, let me see, I am going to go ahead and share with you my desktop. And I will, so you can see where everything is. It's set up. So the sharing of the desktop comes from Google Hangouts, or YouTube Live right now. So this is, there we go. I am, okay. So let's see. No. Okay, so I don't know how well you can see this because I have quite a few things open, but basically, let me see if I can make this a little bit easier, a little bit bigger here. So basically, on one corner here, I have, on the upper left corner, I have my PowerPoint, and there is the, XSplit broadcaster. I mean, sorry, the Hangout broadcaster is right there in the middle. My XSplit is in the lower right-hand corner. So these things are all on my desktop, and there's Facebook on the lower right corner where I'll be checking what you're doing. So what I want to do right now is I want to go ahead and share the XSplit broadcaster with you. So I'm going to show you the tools, and I'm going to show you later how I am using them. Let's see. Okay. Well, I am going to, it's having trouble getting there. Okay, so I'm going to do this a different way. I'm going to do a different way. What I'm going to do is do a screen share. Hold on a second. And this is one of the cool tools that actually maybe I should be. I am going to go ahead and share my desktop for this so you can see actually what I'm doing. That would be the way to go. Okay, so to be able to actually zero in on the XSplit window alone, I am going to use XSplit to make a window of it. Basically, and I'll go deeper into it, but one of the things that's cool about XSplit, you can actually select a one of the windows and put whatever you want. In this case, you know, the webcam is there, but I don't want the webcam there. I want to add a screen share, and and you'll be able to see this as a close up once I get past this particular step. And you'll see how I'm adding things because I'm going to be adding images and videos and all kinds of cool things. So you'll be able to see all that. And there we go. Oh, okay. So I'm going to stop the sharing. So we'll be able to use the XSplit. Oh, no, 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 no. No. Okay. It doesn't want to cooperate. So I'm going to go back to sharing my screen. Now we'll just make the XSplit bigger. Okay. So that's what I'll do. I'll just make the XSplit bigger. And you can see it better. Then I'll just have to move things around as I go. There we go. Okay, now I'm back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and kind of move things around here so I can make the XSplit bigger and you can see my entire screen. And well, let's see. Okay, so one of the cool things that I do with XSplit, by the way, is I go from screen to screen. Now you've seen me do my trainings. You know, all of you that you see my videos, um, that you see my videos. I'm using XSplit to create my videos on my desktop. Okay, so maybe you guys can see this really. Okay, I'm going to go full screen with it. So I use I use the XSplit to create all of my training videos. Everything that I put on, whether it's the PowerPoints, whether it's you know, full on or video, full on PowerPoint, I do everything with XSplit. And part of it is that I go one of the things that I do when I start my training, by the way, I click on the very first thing I have set up is the intro for the program. So this I can start doing the intro, and I'm not going to let it play all the way. Okay, then I go into welcoming everybody, and you've seen me. Then I've gone to doing split screen over my shoulder, and so I intentionally left it not perfect because I want to add things to it, and I want to show you how easy it actually can be once you know a couple of little tricks. If this is confusing for you right now, just don't worry about it because I am going to be answering questions. I just want you to see there are only a few things that I'm using, and I need to make room here to be able to put the PowerPoint in there. So just bear with me as I go, and this is part of it. This is a part of the whole thing where you're as you're setting up anything electronic, you know, any kind of technology. There are okay. Let's stop. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing this a second. Okay, just want to get it set up because it's making it harder for me to actually go ahead and show you the screen. Okay, now let's go back. Now, while I'm setting all this up, if you have any questions, just go ahead. I'm just going to go ahead and check in there. And sorry about bouncing all over the place right now, but I'm trying to figure out how to share this without having challenges with the Google Hangouts. And let me see what I can do here. No. Okay, any questions? Let me see. I'm going to check that first. Turn the lights off. Okay. Wow, you guys aren't asking any questions. Or am I missing something here? Okay. Let's see. All right. Okay. So if there's something there, I'll check back again. Now, what I do to add the different scenes to it, I'm actually going to go ahead and move this here. And let's see if I can actually, it keeps wanting to snap. All right. So we're going to do it this way. Okay. Oh, one of the things that's important, by the way, is when you're putting a bunch of things on your screen, you don't want to be, overlapping them because then your computer will have major problems then. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I am going to go ahead and share my screen and just basically show you how I'm adding the different things to entire. Okay. Okay. So hope you can see it okay enough, and kind of making it as big as I really can right now, but it is. So to be able to add to that over the shoulder look everybody keeps asking me about. Basically, all it is I have my PowerPoint on the upper left corner, just regular PowerPoint. I put it up, and just goes. Okay, that's good enough. So then what I do is select. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So I select the one that I want to put it in, put the additional, whether it's an image or whether it's something, a video. I can put any of it in there. As a matter of fact, let me show you how easy it is to actually put video in there. You just basically go to add, I hope you can see it. And right here, you can see add images, video, HTML. I'm reading it because I know you can't see it. But basically, I'm choosing to add video at this point. Now, I have on my desktop my XSplit folder. And within that, I have, backdrops, guests, videos. So I'm going to go into videos. And I'm going to select any one of the videos. So let's see, what can I put here? I have a bunch of different things, all kinds of testimonials and, short little videos. Well, maybe we can do let's see. Okay, why don't we just do this short little intro? Okay, so what happens is once I add it, it goes in a, little image, and I'll just slide it over right there on top of it. And the good thing about this is that it comes, it's all layers. Everything is in layers. One goes on top of the other. So all I have to do is move it down to below the screen and watch what happens. If I move from one scene to another, like, if I'm on full screen, I decide, okay, then I want to move into a split screen. Oh, well, it didn't automatically play because I didn't tell it to automatically play. Okay. All right, let's do this again. We're going to, okay. You know what? My computer's really acting up, but you guys can see this, right? It took a little time to get to it, but basically it's just layers and layers of video. Now, the good thing about it is that you can actually have images, which is what I usually have in there. But a lot of times, most of the time, what I do is I use the PowerPoint. And the thing about the PowerPoint is you need to have your clicker. I use a clicker with it to be able to, just a regular clicker that you use during presentations. Okay. So what I'm gonna go back to the split screen again. Look, and you see it plays automatically. But in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just add region, screen region. So all I do is select my desktop where my PowerPoint is, and it would automatically take that and add it to the screen. You see this? It automatically grabs it and puts it there. Now what I want to do is move it below so it's behind me. Okay, you see that? So now I can move over it, and now what again, I just use the clicker here. Okay, I have to plug it in, and the regular clickers that you use during PowerPoints, the presentations. So then now I can go from one to the other to the other. Okay, you guys see how simple this is? This is the whole idea. And now what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go and do the same thing full screen. You just select another area, and I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to go and select a screen capture, and I'm going to go ahead and add that to the full area. So watch what happens here. Okay, now I need to just stretch it out. Just grab a corner and grab a corner. Voila. I mean, you guys can see this, right? Okay, let me see if anybody, any comments on, can you still see this okay enough? Give me the heads up here. What computer add-ons do I need? Actually, you don't need computer add-ons. It's what it is the software is called Xsplit. You can there is a smaller free version available tied in with YouTube Live, but the version I get is a full-on version, and you can get it about 30 days for free. They give you 30 days, and then it's like $25 every 3 months, or $59 for the year. I just go ahead and just use it, get the yearly license. It works beautifully. Okay, so let's see. Now, what I want to do is, but just let's keep it simple. Again, the only thing that I use, you can still see my screen here. I'm going to go full on. I'm going to tell you. I actually want to go full screen, but the computer won't take it. It's not working right. So you guys can still see this, right? Can you read what it says over here, like the screens and stuff? Can you see it? Just give me a yes if you can. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so basically what I do is I use in each of the scenes, they're called scenes, each one. There are 12 of them. Oh, there are 12 on this one, so you can put something different in each one, like I was showing you before. I always put the very first one on the top, so I don't have to think about it. I always put the intro, okay, and then the middle one, the second one from the top, I always put myself full on, and I'm going to show you some of the cool things you can do with backdrops over there. And the third one, I put the split screen, like I was showing you, the over the shoulder. And then the fourth one, I put in the full on. So this way, I always do it the same way. I basically use these four. I know where everything is all the time. I don't have to think about it. I know when I want to open, I just click on the first one, my intro comes on. When I'm saying goodbye, I click on the first one, and my outro comes on. It's the same video. And whenever I'm full screen, just click on the second one. I don't have to struggle to see what it is. Each one of them has a name. But the cool thing about it is that there are a whole bunch of other things you can do with it. So, for example, second row, I put on, if I'm doing access to experts interviews, I'll put that one on. Okay, now let me click over to the other one. And the third one, when I'm doing turn your show into cash, is the third row. Your interviews into cash. Now here's the cool thing about this. The really, really cool thing that I love. No, having trouble getting around. Okay, let's see now. Come on, work with me here. Down to get myself back on. Okay, well, okay, just give it a second. I'm going to switch on full on with me. Okay, so now if you keep it like that, it's going to be super easy. Find something that works for you. I suggest you use what I'm using, just those four windows, and have the four windows for each one of the programs that you're doing. Now, the other cool thing about this is that the different backdrops. So right now, I'm sitting in front of a green screen. The picture, you can go to any room in your house, so it doesn't even have to be your house. Go take a picture of a living room, dining room, kitchen, whatever you want, your office, and use the picture. Now, usually when I'm doing a training, I will use the studio. And so you see the studio backdrop is here. And this particular one, this is an actual, it's picture of Channel 6 in San Diego when we were shooting some of our interviews there. That's why you see the Access to Experts logos and all the monitors. So this is when we were actually doing an interview. So I took a picture of it. Now I can just use it when I'm doing trainings or when I'm doing interviews, when I'm being interviewed. This is the one I use. And as you saw, the split screen, I have the same backdrop. Yeah, I'm going to switch to it. Have the same backdrop on the split screen, and so I can go from one to the other. Okay, you guys get this, right? So that's why it's important to know exactly where everything is, and you'll be using the same image. Now, the good thing about it is that you have a lot of choices. Now, what if you don't want to be in a studio? Well, what if you want to be outdoors? All you do is add an image. So in this case, what I have already set up is, well, the studio, and then there's a living room, and then there's even outdoor scene. You know, those of you who are doing health and wellness, you want to be doing outdoors. I don't know if you can hear the waterfall, but there's a waterfall behind me. You can be on the ocean. And here, let me turn this off. One of the things that you want to be aware of, if you're going to be outdoors, and if you're going to be using the ocean, make sure there's a video behind you, not just a picture of the ocean, because the ocean moves. So you want to give people the experience, the real experience. Um, so how do we do this? How do we add? Well, the same way I just added the video. I'm going to go ahead and show you. I'm going to go ahead and add a backdrop. Go into add. Actually, I can even go here. It's easier. Maybe hopefully you can see better. Add over here, it says media file, images, video, HTML. And so I click on that and I go into my Xsplit folder. Please make sure you have your Xsplit folder. It's very important that everything is in the same folder neatly, because when your computer is looking for that particular picture, it's not going to go looking for it all over your computer. I have my Xsplit folder on my desktop and with everything in it and in folders. So, for example, when I have guests, I have their images, the things that they're using, in a separate folder. So it's I don't have to search for my own things. And there are promo session materials, videos, backdrops. So I'm going to go into the backdrops here, and I have indoor, outdoor, TV sets, skylines. Well, we don't have a skyline. Let's see, where should we go? Well, why don't we go to Hollywood? Okay, so I'm going to put the Hollywood backdrop in there, and there we go. And I have to just click on this arrow down here. All it does is just moves it through layers, and now I could be standing in front of Hollywood. Well, this doesn't look very realistic. I need a better picture, or it needs to be structured better. But that's the idea. So you guys have any questions about this? Let me see. Any comments? Let's see. Okay, so, well, actually, you know what? You can't go, but I'm not going to be able to click on YouTube. You guys can open it on YouTube on your end. Let me see if I can, yeah. I will put the YouTube link. I'll put the YouTube link in there, or not. Maybe you already found it. Could you just post the YouTube link for everybody? And so maybe this way you can have the YouTube open. You can watch it better over there and post comments here, because I'm having enough trouble just finding everything on Facebook, because it's just acting out pretty bad here. Okay. But can you see this okay? I mean, is it making sense? Can you see what I'm doing? Are there any specific questions about it? Because I know it's freezing up a bit. Okay. No. You know what? I'm actually going to pre-record. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, just click on the YouTube image over there on the bottom right corner, and it will take you directly to YouTube. So just to make it easier, I'm going to actually pre-record this whole thing without having to log on to Google Hangouts, because then I can actually put all these things on the screen, and I can record it on my desktop, and that's a big part of it, because the good thing about this is that it will record for you. You can use XSplit to record for you, and I don't know if you can see up here. I'm going to go full screen, and here in the sources, like I was showing you, it has all the different things you can add to, and then there's outputs. So you see there's local recording. If I click on this, I can actually record what's on my desktop. I can record everything that's within the Xsplit Broadcaster, and that means that everything I do, whether it's the videos I'm playing or going from screen to screen, it records automatically. So I make all of my training videos here. It's really simple. It cuts down a lot on editing time, and you will actually, record and save for. You can even go back in there and edit some. So it does everything for you. If you can see over here, it will broadcast to YouTube, and then a bunch of other networks wherever you want to go. Now, the other cool thing about this is, let me go here. I don't know if you guys, am I still breaking up, or can you hear me? No, can you hear me, or am I breaking up? Just somebody let me know. No. No. Sound quality is poor, but understandable. Okay. Well, I know that audio is a big part of the video that makes it difficult to actually watch. I'm very sensitive to it myself, so I'm going to spare you guys all of it. But what I want to okay, what I want to say, I just forgot my thoughts, train of thought here. What was I sharing with you? Okay, let's see. Okay, it has. Okay, now without complicating it a lot, you can actually do lower thirds with it. There's all kinds of things. If you want to get really involved with it and really learn to use this, you can do full-on TV shows. You can do full-on training videos and promotional videos, sales videos. You can do whatever you want with it. And because you're switching through, clicking through one to the other, you pretty much can eliminate the need for an editor. And that's huge because editing is like the most costly thing when it comes to video production. So this basically gives you the power to produce your own videos. You can plan, produce, monetize your videos. And the thing about this that's huge is when doing interviews, you can look professional. You know, there are some things that you need to keep an eye on. You know, lights are very important. And by the way, you don't even have to be in front of a green screen to do this. You can have whatever backdrop that you have. If you have a nice backdrop, just pick whatever you want. It could be a room in your house. It could be whatever. You don't need a green screen. And you can still do the over the shoulder. You can still add all the different layers. You can do all the things that I'm doing without switching the backdrops, from the ocean or whatever, from different things. So, and that's something that's really important because that actually is great too. Because if you have a nice office that you usually work in and you want to do interviews from there, or if you have, let's say, a whiteboard that you want to work with, or if you have a monitor that you want to be showing things and you want to be standing in front of, you can do all of that. You just need a webcam. So what I'm going to do right now is go to the PowerPoint full on because I want to show you the equipment you need, what I'm using here. Okay, and I'm going to go to my handy dandy PowerPoint here. And okay, yeah, actually the first thing I do want to get across to all of you is here. I don't know that you need I'm going to stop sharing my screen because that's going to make a difference. And I'm going to just use yeah. Hold on a second, I'm just going to set this up. I just want to go ahead and use the Xsplit to broadcast. I think it's going to make a difference in the quality of the video as well as the voice. So let's see. Is my voice any better? Do I sound better? Okay. Well, XSplit, it's still $25 for every 3 months. Now, I'm answering a question, and you can get the full-on version for $59 for the year. But when I went to check with yeah, let me just go on. Went to check with adding YouTube as one of the broadcasting platforms. There was an option available for a free version of XSplit. I'm guessing that you can actually start with that because of some of the things we're doing, the free version would cover it. So start with the free version. And also, if you just go to XSplit and just register with them, they give you 30 days free, and then you choose what you want to do from there. So if you're going to use it, I would just go ahead and get the full-on version of it. But yeah, let's see. Okay, let's see now. Questions. Oh. Wonderful. Yeah. So why don't you share the Blue Jeans with information with us as you go, because there are so many things that are coming up. I mean, you wouldn't believe the emails that I'm getting every day between the apps and all kinds of things. It's crazy. We can't be testing all of them. So that's part of the being in this community. Actually, we're kind of spreading the responsibility of testing, and we're yeah, cool. Very good. So sharing the information is going to be huge because it's way too much, way too much for me to be testing and everything. And, Michael as well. There's just too many things coming out. So anything that you come across is good. Please share it with the network here. So now, I'm going to go full screen over here to the PowerPoint. And I do want to talk about what you would be needing to, okay. Okay, so here's basically the thing to start with is let's bring it back to reality here. Everybody is looking for great content, but we have everything online. Web TV and network TV are merging. When NBC, CBS, all of them, they're all looking for citizen reporters. You see it all the time. If you have something, take a video, send it to us. Now, all these networks for citizen reporters. We're even starting our own citizen reporter network. Just some really cool things happening. But so everybody needs it. This is something you want to take seriously. Now, and it's not that complicated to actually be doing this. It's a lot simpler than you think. The good thing about this, by the way, it is so easy to go from a talking head to a TV show. It's unbelievable. The images you're looking at over here, and even with the handheld, okay, with the phone in your hand, it's all about how you frame yourself in it to look more professional. Webcams. Do you see the image that you see on the right-hand corner there? That is I did it with the same camera I'm using right now, doing it Google Hangout. That's doing my training. As a matter of fact, there's a training coming up in a couple of weeks. We'll be doing the same thing with Google Hangouts, where people are appearing within, and you can see down here, asking questions, interacting. So it's a live training. At the same time, I'm bringing guest experts in, and it doesn't have to be a talking head. It's just how far away you place the camera. And down here, there's talk shows. This is actually at an event that's Yannick Silver at an event where I literally put 2 chairs in the lobby and opened up my laptop and put my logo up there, and we did an interview. So you have all kinds of opportunities, and this one over here is a red carpet interview that we actually do at our events. So people are getting used to getting out there and being interviewed. So what I'm saying is that with some simple technology, you can do some amazing things. So the thing to keep in mind is, I'm not going to go deep into this, but basically you have to take time to prepare. You have to take time to create your videos, and you have to have a monetization plan. And you need to do all of it, otherwise you're going to be wasting a lot of time. So let's just move on to what you need. Okay, so basically, like we already been talking about, the Xsplit Broadcaster. That's what I'm using, and it's not for Mac yet. And I know a lot of people who started using it. They actually went ahead and bought, the Mac users bought a PC, just a laptop, just to use it as their broadcasting tool, to be able to use XSplit. There are other software that you can use with Mac, but they're a lot more expensive. They're not as easy to learn, put it that way. So for that reason, some of our people have chosen to actually go ahead and just buy a laptop for their broadcast. Now, you just basically, under $300, you can buy lights, camera, headset, and software, and even a backdrop. So let me just go and show you what it is, okay? Right now, Logitech C93, this one is about $100, and it sits right on top of your laptop. It can sit on top of your monitor if you're using a regular PC, but it sits right on top, so you can actually look up at it instead of looking down at your laptop. Usually they're lower. So it makes a big difference in how you come across. And also, having an external camera, it makes a big difference with your software and with your computer, because it has its own monitor. It has its own software within the camera, so it's not taking bandwidth. It's not taking anything away from your laptop. It makes it easier. And be sure to look at a bunch of different. Logitech is the best one that we found. There are a bunch of different ones, but Logitech, it's for the price, you get the most bang for your buck. Basically, that's the one we're recommending to keep it simple. Now, the headset, I'm actually using that headset right now. It's a Plantronics headset. It's $39, and actually one of our, Ty Kane recommended this because it's a phone headset. He recommended it. And I've been using it ever since. And look at, I'll go here. I'll go full screen it. Look at, you know, and you can travel with it. You can use it to make phone calls with. So it's not just broadcasting. So it has quite a few dual purpose, if you will. But it's a nice little one, and I have to say, if it breaks or something happens, it's not that big of a pain because it's only $40. So let me go back to full screen here again. Okay, and now we're going to go to. Are there any questions about this? Any comments? Anything anybody wants to share? No. Oh, let me go back. Okay. So now, the other thing you will need are lights. The umbrella lights are the easiest ones if you're going to be doing a lot of traveling and you're going to be doing interviews different places. Umbrella lights are great. These things, they fold up tiny. They're like, they're umbrellas. Everything is collapsible. They fold up really nice. You can pack them up and put them in your closet. You can travel with them. So especially if you're going to be doing interviews at seminars and things like that, you want to go interview some experts. Just having the lights up, attracts people. Okay, so it's kind of you claiming your territory, and it makes a statement. So I definitely recommend you taking it with you. It just it just attracts people like crazy. So, but if you don't have the space in your house, in your apartment, there are clip-on lights and things like that, but I'm not going to get into it right now. But these are small, and if you're not doing broadcasting every single day, just pack them up, put them away. But if you're doing a lot of broadcasting, and if you're going to be doing a lot of video training, like say interacting with your clients and customers, doing one-on-one coaching, or creating marketing videos or sales videos, all of that, if you're going to be doing a lot of it, then you probably would want to have something more permanent and something that's not going to get in your way if you're in a small space. In which case, there are all these clip-on lights that you can actually position, on top of things. It's a lot easier. It's a lot easier and a lot less cumbersome. And there's more information on that later, but I'm not going to go into it right now. Okay, now the other thing that's very handy, another thing that's really, really handy are Asian screens. Oh, let me see. Okay, let me see. Oh, okay. So the audio is better now. Oh, hey, Ty, I just saw you. You're there too. Welcome. Cool to see you. It's okay. So I'm glad that sun is coming in a little bit better. But okay, so the Asian screens are very, very helpful. They come in all kinds of colors. They come in all kinds of designs. And the good thing about them is that you can use them as room dividers, and you can use them as um, again, the different colors, and they're decorative. It depends. They go anywhere from uh, 50, $60 to you can spend hundreds of dollars on them depending on how fancy you want to get. But the thing that the one in the upper left corner here, that's very easily found. And as a matter of fact, that's what I have. And let me go full screen here again, and I will show you. That's what I'm actually. Let me see here. One. So I'm trying to go full screen so with me so I can show you what I'm doing. Uh, I'm hiccuping on my end. Yeah, it's kind of struggling here. Just bear with me. And I need to close some things on my laptop. Okay, so I'm going to close this up. Okay, now if you look over here, okay, can you see this is an Asian screen behind us, and I have a green screen on top of it. So it's that simple. And I actually have one also in front of me, and that's why I have my clip-on lights on. So literally, you can 8 by 8 space. It's even like 6 by 6 space where you can have a tiny little corner where it's not interfering with the rest of the house, not interfering with people, and also it looks nice behind you with the with the Asian screen. Especially if you have some decorative ones, you can just leave it up as part of your home decor. So let's go back to. Okay. Now, this is like Barbara Wainwright. She actually came, she had been working with some people already, learned a little bit about doing live streaming and things like that. And so with the adjusting the lights, having, and by the way, you only want to get a daylight temperature lights. If you're going to be buying it from an electronics store, they'll give you the right ones. But if you're going to be buying at a local hardware store or something like that, you want to buy daylight temperature. Very, very, very important because it will give you a nice glow, skin tone will look vibrant. So daylight temperature. So please write that down. So this is, again, Barbara Wainwright. So all we did was basically adjust the camera settings, which is really important. And I'll show you in just a second. I'll mess it up and then go to adjust my camera. And she has the backdrop behind her. That's the Asian screen. So it's not that complicated. You can actually look professional, with very little effort. So I'm going to go full screen here again. Okay, let's see, camera one. There we go. Yeah, it wants to struggle a bit. Let's see. Okay. So any. Oh, good. The audio cleared up. Audio is better. Yeah, I closed some things up. It just, when I was sharing the desktop, there was just too much of a strain. So I'm glad you guys can hear me better. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you. Actually, I'm going to close the PowerPoint and let's get down there. I'm going to have to go full screen again or share my desktop again to be able to show you how I am the adjusting of the colors. So here, let me go share. And so that means the audio is probably going to get a little wacky again, but that's just what I have to do right now. All right. So now, to be able to adjust the screen, all I have to do is click on the camera, and by the way, when you're adding your webcam, it's important. The software is actually designed to be able to handle more than one camera, and they just have to have different software. The camera they have to have their own individual, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Here, to be able to adjust the colors, and I just need to go in settings and okay, camera input, and this gives me the controls. Oh, okay, let me move this over first. Okay. Okay, this gives me the controls. Now, I know you can't really see, you can't really read what the controls say, but there's brightness, contrast, white balance, and things like that. And one thing that is very important, whenever I start, I always turn off the autofocus. What I will do is I will sit where I'm going to be and turn on the autofocus. So let it figure out where I'm going to be. Okay, so if I move around, it's going to try and find me. And being so close to the camera, You don't want to leave autofocus on because as you move your hand, you move your head, it will try to find you and it can turn it into a mess. So always like once you find, let it focus on you. I turn off the autofocus. And then we'll go into, let's say, the camera settings. Usually, if you hit on a default, it will try to do its best, and sometimes it comes out a little bit wacky. But I always end up adjusting. Like, for example, here, the white balance, you see, I can change my color. Okay? So, and once you decide it's close to your skin tone, how you normally look, you leave it at that. And there's also the brightness that you can do all kinds of cool things with. You see? Yeah. Yeah. And just play around with it. You just a little bit goes a long way. So amazing things can happen. So if you mess it up, just go back to default, and it will find the best place for you. Then you just start, from going from there. Now, I know I've been doing, I've been using it for a while, so I know approximately where I want things. But even with that, every time I turn it on, something is different, what I'm wearing or whatever, and so I have to adjust it. It's just part of it. It takes me like not even 2 minutes. So play around with it. But this is one of the things that's really important about having an external camera, because your laptop is not going to give you that. You're not going to be able to do anything with it. Okay, so let me see. Any questions about this? Let me go ahead and find the Facebook. There it is. Okay. Um, any questions about the colors and things like that? Any of you are using it? Have any questions about that? No. Okay. All right. And now I'm going to go off screen share and go back into to the XSplit mode. Are there any questions about how I use PowerPoint or anything else about XSplit? Anybody have any questions? Okay, let's see. Okay, I am going to make. Uh, I'm going to actually check and see how good this is. I have a feeling it's pretty bad, so I'm going to go ahead and probably just do a whole short recording of this and put it up there. I wanted to make sure I had questions, any questions to answer during the live call. So let's see. Um, okay, somebody is typing something, so I guess there's a question coming in. And oh, setting up the room. No, I have not shown setting up the room because I would have to get up and just kind of turn things around. That's a two-person thing, and actually do have a video. You know what, Art? I'd love to set up a time for you and I to actually do a video of setting up the room. So maybe that's something we can actually plan, like sure, near future. Uh, thank you, Ty. Okay, the redhead wins instead of the brunette. Huh? Okay. Thank you. I just have to, keep that in mind. No, no, I'm going to stick with the red. We're good. Okay. Um, So Art, so should we set something up to do yeah, there you go, agreeing to it. Wonderful. Yeah, some really cool things are happening, folks, and we're actually starting a whole 12-week training with the Turn Your Show into Cash again, where updated things. Those of you who are who have been in the program already, I'm updating some of the content, just especially with technology and things like that, and the different styles and personalities. You're going to be getting an email, just you have lifetime access to it. Just come and go through a training again. We're looking for reporters and journalists, and all kinds of cool things are happening. So just come and just revamp, because if you're doing selfie videos already, all you have to do is reframe your content or change a couple of things about it, and you will be able to actually send us those videos, and we're going to be able to push it out to different shows and things like that. And we're also bringing in some TV producers and journalists and reporters from network TV. So you're going to be able to interact with them. And Maura Sutton is bringing her, those of you who don't know Maura Sutton, she's a TV producer, casting agent, and she's been in Hollywood for over 30 years. She's also an actor, and she's very well respected, just an amazing person. So she's also working with us, bringing us the traditional network TV. So a lot of cool things that are happening. You're going to get the email. Come on, join us, do a refresher, and jump in there and help the ones that are new, because it's we're really going to be spending a lot of time in the community, doing some really cool things. There are a lot of amazing things that are in the works, and let me see what else. Yes, David, I am doing, well, actually, it's via Google Hangouts, but it's not really Google Hangouts anymore. They moved Google Hangouts to YouTube Live. I had to do a little bit of digging to be able to get it, but you're still able to invite people to join Google Hangouts, and that's one of the things I love about Google Hangouts, is because you can have live people, up to 10 people on the screen at the same time, whereas you can't do that with Facebook Live or or any other the other ones, because you can have like a few people on, but you can't have an audience interact. And I really liked having Google Hangouts, and I almost had a heart attack today when I thought they took it away. But anyways, yes, it's Google Hangouts, and I'm actually going to, I think, do a screen capture of where to go and how to set it up to still be able to access Google Hangouts, because I know a lot of people have been using it, and it just, they're just switching things around. We have to kind of, adapt, I guess. Um, David, are you using Google Hangouts? So let me see what else. What else? Yeah, and we're getting ready to do another 2-day intensive in November, and after that, I'm heading out to Australia. Well, Nabi and I are going to be working together over there, and supporting some of our other people in Australia and New Zealand, and I'm really excited about doing this over there too. It's very, very exciting. So we have an international community and growing. Some really cool announcements will be coming, and just that's it. Just stay close, participate. And I've been kind of quiet, and I haven't been sending out a lot of emails, but I am going to be sending out more emails, and we'll be doing a lot more live broadcasting, a lot more live training. Of course, there will be all kinds of cool things happening. We'll be broadcasting live from different events. That's part of what we're putting together. Oh, so if you want to be a reporter and do interviews on a red carpet, we're gonna, we're actually getting some calls for that. So there's all kinds of cool things happening. Yeah, had to do. Yeah, okay. So yeah, it's some people have tried Google Hangouts and given up on it, but once you get it, it's actually pretty cool too. I like it. I guess that's about it. Anything else I should be covering? Any other questions anybody has? That let's see. What is it? Let's see. Quiet. That's not in your. Well, I've been known to be quiet, Art. I know you haven't seen that, but yeah. Well, yeah. I know I do. I'm not very quiet. You're right. You're right. I am outspoken. I get that. I'll cop to that. Okay. Okay. So I don't know what else to say. Just that's all. Just expect some emails, and I'll be sending out an email. In probably like in the next couple of days, uh, inviting you back to for the refresher. Those of you who are already in the program, and we'll be doing some live things. And okay, very good. Okay, Nabi, thanks for joining us, and we'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you in the next couple of weeks on the live calls. Okay, take care. Thank you, everybody. If, all is good, all is well. If you have any questions, any other comments, okay, okay. So let's see. It's in a good way. Yes, thanks. Yes, Art. I appreciate it. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon, and I will be checking the comments here. So if you have some more questions and things like that, because I am going to go ahead and redo this training, so with better audio and you know, make sure it comes up across a lot easier, cleaner, so you're able to follow. That's about it. Okay, everybody, thanks again, and have an awesome day if you're over there. Have an awesome evening if you're in the States. So take care. Okay, bye bye.